Welcome to our comprehensive guide on the most remarkable insider trading cases that have sent ripples across financial markets globally. We'll unpack these pivotal events and explore their impacts on financial regulations and public perception. Before we dive in, let's quickly define insider trading. It refers to the buying or selling of a security by someone who has access to material, non-public information. In many jurisdictions, it's illegal. The reason insider trading is often illegal is that it erodes trust in financial markets. It creates an uneven playing field where some investors have an unfair advantage over others. Let's take a step back to the end of the 18th century. Meet William Dewar, appointed by Alexander Hamilton as Assistant Secretary of the Treasury in 1789. He was one of the earliest figures to engage in what we now call insider trading. Dewar leveraged confidential financial information to speculate on bank stocks. 6 months into his role, his actions led to his resignation. His case shows that insider trading is far from a modern-day phenomenon. Dewar laid down the foundation for ethical debates and regulations that followed. Fast forward to the 20th century, after the Wall Street crash of 1929. Albert H. Wiggin, the head of Chase National Bank, shorted over 40,000 shares of his own company. Although his actions were technically legal at the time, they drew massive public and media attention. This led to the Peoria investigation, exposing the unethical conduct of high-profile bankers. It was Wiggin's actions that catalyzed the Securities and Exchange Act of 1934, where Section 16 is informally known as the anti-Wiggin section. In the flamboyant 1980s, Wall Street was a playground for individuals like Ivan Boesky and Michael Milken. Boesky had his own stock brokerage, and his wealth grew through partnerships that fed him inside information. When caught, he turned informant, which led to a case against Milken. Boesky was eventually convicted and banned from the securities industry. Both their cases led to increased scrutiny and regulations around what constitutes insider trading. The Martha Stewart case is one of the most high-profile cases in recent history. Martha Stewart, a business magnate and television personality, was investigated for selling all of her shares in clone systems based on insider information. The case attracted enormous public attention due to Stewart's celebrity status. It's crucial to note that this case set a precedent for how public figures are treated under insider trading laws. Martha Stewart was charged with conspiracy, obstruction of justice, and making false statements, although not insider trading. She was sentenced to 5 months in prison, 5 months of home confinement, and 2 years probation. Interestingly, the case opened up dialogue on whether high-profile individuals receive preferential or discriminatory treatment by the law. Her sentencing raised questions about the consistency of legal repercussions across different social strata. Now, let's turn our attention to Roger Otnom, founder of the Galleon Group, a New York-based hedge fund. Roger Otnom was charged for running a vast insider trading scheme involving multiple companies. The case was notable not just for its scale, but also for its use of wiretaps as evidence, which was a first for insider trading cases. This case made it clear that law enforcement agencies were willing to employ advanced surveillance technologies to clamp down on financial misconduct. Finally, let's discuss 2 more cases, each unique in its own right. Joseph Nacchio, the former CEO of Quest Communications, was convicted for insider trading for selling $52 million worth of Quest stock. The case was unique because Nacchio argued that he actually believed the company was on strong footing based on classified government contracts that were in the pipeline. On another front, we have SAC Capital, a hedge fund that pleaded guilty to insider trading charges and paid a $1.8 billion fine. This was one of the largest fines ever imposed on a hedge fund, and it had a profound impact on how hedge funds manage compliance today. As a result of these cases, there's been a significant push for stricter regulations. In the US, we've seen the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act, among others. So what can we learn from these landmark cases? First and foremost, the financial landscape is increasingly scrutinized. Secondly, unethical behavior comes with severe repercussions, both for individuals and organizations. We have more fascinating topics in the pipeline, including algorithmic trading, cryptocurrency, and ethical finance. Stay tuned for these. Thank you for watching. If you found this content valuable, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth discussions.